Okay, that looks like it's running. Okay. Let's not fuck up the cord this time either. Alright. As you can see, this is my computer on a TV, so we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. Playing a game that has been played plenty of times over the internet, almost as soon as it came out. Now, if it would just load. There we go. Doki Doki Literature Club. I had a file, so I'm getting rid of that just to start fresh. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit that. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age. You consent your exposure of highly disturbing content. This is a warning for everybody, myself included, and my guest here with me. Alright, I have played this game before, but I wanted to start over, start fresh for the internet. So, I've only played it once through, so I might be choosing something different with the choices I make, because there are a little bit of choice-making decisions. So we'll see how this goes. What's my name?
Nakota.
Nakota it is.
Oh, you want me to pick a different name? Like something, like, random? I don't even know.
I'll just use my internet pseudonym then.
There you go.
There we go. Because that is perfectly fine. Come on, Cord, don't do this to me. Ah, perfect! Alright, come on, don't touch that cord. Hey! God damn it! Is that gonna happen every time I press on
Oh no.
It's starting already! It's supposed to be cheerful in the beginning. Okay, I see an annoying girl run toward me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Okay, that girl is Sayori, my neighborhood and good friend since we were children. You don't see my mouse anywhere, do you? Not my help.
No, I think Hannah moved it, and I can't remember where.
Okay, I should be fine then. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making day, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. I don't have any more of those friends these days. Not gonna lie. Wait, I have one, actually. Two? I have a couple, just not as much as I used to. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I'd get tired of waiting up. Understandable, that would get pretty fucking annoying. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of her crosswalk, and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You sound like you're thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them thinking we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. Sadly, yes. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Oh, the spacebar works perfect. Whatever you say, Sayori. Hee. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, not really interested in joining any clubs. Real, that was me. Wasn't interested in joining any clubs. I tried joining
like 2, maybe?
I tried joining one. It only lasted for like half a year. It was actually unofficial, so...
I tried Key Club and that didn't work out. And I mean, is swimming really a club or is it a sport? Because that doesn't really count then.
I haven't been looking either. Oh, come on. There we go. That's not true. You told me you joined a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sounds true. Sarah likes to worry a little too much about me, but I'm perfectly content by just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. This guy is after my own heart. I was talking about how I'm worried you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy, but I died the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. A NEET basically means a shut-in. They use that term mostly in animes, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it stands for something, but I just don't know what it is. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look into a few clubs that makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. You can't guess a promise. That's just messed up.
Yeah.
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about it makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Zara wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Zara must have come in the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, then you can come to my club, Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please? Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really good at really that much of an airhead, or is she so cunning after planning this all out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. Stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! That's how you get dragged into a literature club.
For
This
real.
is, I mean, I never got dragged into a literature club by cupcakes. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake.
If you think about it, that's totally how clubs draw you in, though. They're like,
With
free
treats?
pizza or free chips and soda and stuff, and they do that all the time. Come to our
Do
first
they?
meeting. Yeah.
We didn't really have club days at my high school. My high school was pretty small.
Oh.
I don't think we really had anything
We had
besides
so
sports
many
clubs.
people. We had so many people, and that's like literally one of the main things that they did. Or prizes.
I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, but generally use for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Codeman, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Don't tell my fiancé. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet the both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Kogan. Monica smiles sweetly. Can you do that pose?
No, can anyone?
Apparently Monica can. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so gently feels a little... You too. You too. Come, sit down, Cookman. We made room for you at this table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Does tea go with cupcakes?
I think it's a thing in like England.
England?
You know, tea and crumpets, that type of.
Okay, but are
But
crumpets
I
cupcakes?
No, they're not. But like, I guess a sweet and a bitter taste kind of go together.
Or it depends on the type of tea they're having, I
Maybe.
guess. Just
You'd
wouldn't have
you'd have to ask Hannah. She knows more about tea than I do.
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner room. Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. That's how I work in groups. Just find the person I know the most and just sit next to them.
Yep.
Like, don't pick me out of the crowd, please. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? That's not Natsuki. Oh, a little bit of an error there.
Okay.
Ta-da! Unless she was just... Oh wait, that is Natsuki. God damn it! For some reason I saw Sayori, and her hair was different. It was throwing me off. Never mind. I fucked up on my end. I don't know why I saw Sayori when I looked at her. Glitch in the Matrix. That's what I'm calling it. Natsuki lifts the foil off tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with a mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glance in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Finally, I bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. She did. That's all everybody's been saying is that she made it. Oh, but she could have made it like with her mother or something, I guess.
Or like bought it from the store and lied.
But where are you gonna buy custom-made cat cupcakes? This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? No?
No?
Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying the tea set. I mean, technically she didn't. She made it for the new member.
Right.
When they saw it was me, they're like, it's a boy? Are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
Okay. She carefully places a teacup. Is teacup one word?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess.
Yes.
I don't usually drink tea.
That's so accurate, that answer.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a bad pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. It depends on the tea. Lots of milk.
I hate tea.
I like milk tea.
I like spilling tea.
Is that a saying?
It's a YouTube reference.
I've never heard of it. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. I think they're making a Doki Doki Literature Club 2 because it was so popular. I mean, this game is free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I don't know how they're going to do the second one.
Well, I'm waiting for it to get to the immature levels to know if it's okay.
Oh, so what made you consider the Literature Club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any club yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, there's this pose again. That's probably why they didn't let me on debate. They wouldn't take me seriously because I kept doing this pose. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget, and publicity, and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. So what's the budget for the Literature Club. You can borrow books from the library.
Right?
I guess the only would be the tea. But it says provided by the school, the room.
They might have to buy books because if you think about it, if a literature club is big enough, you have to have multiple copies of a book.
Oh, okay. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. True, why can't I press spacebar? Excuse me. Where's my mouse? Oh, there's my mouse. Oh, okay. Excuse me. I didn't see that. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're also delighted by the idea of a brand new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Codeman, what kind of things do you like? Fuck my mouth if I could read. What kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Technically, I haven't read. I've listened to books now. Manga? I mutter quietly myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a formed world is equally impressive. Well, it's not wrong. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination, completely throw you for a loop? What books do you read? Those sound interesting.
For real.
Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, great. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I could relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me another world, then I really can't put it down. So real horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eye dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you should like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Yuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Oh, it's me. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Fuck, I'm reading way too fast now. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you could set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other to strengthen the bond with the club. Isn't that right, Conan? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I've bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Ziora may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made my decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Hello there, number 2. We can all do this together. Oh, I had a question for you since you're here. Does tea go with cupcakes?
Tea goes with everything.
Is that the question we
I
had?
told you she would, yeah. I
Okay.
told you she would know.
But yeah, tea especially goes good with cupcakes.
Okay. But, I'm sorry,
That's
I
a
thought...
part of the thing.
Okay. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Don't listen when I'm complimenting them, okay? Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lighten up. Yes, I'm so happy. Zero wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me there for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Oh, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. I look forward to see how you express yourself. Hee hee hee. You can't do this pose either, can you? Yes, you can? Oh. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up her food. Hey, Koban, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. I almost didn't see you doing that. It's difficult, isn't it? The back bends? No, does it bend?
I don't want to try.
I don't think you can with your leg. Sure, might as well. Yay. I know, it's already late. With that, the 2 of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess I'll start with writing a poem tonight.
I like how he's legit trying to like get girls out of this, and that's it.
It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most.
Who's your favorite club member?
Oh, great! We have to make a poem. You have to straight up pick.
Yeah, so who's your favorite? There's all except Monica. So who do you like most, basically?
I like the pink-haired girl.
Yeah.
Natsuki?
Yeah, I'll go with her.
So we should find things that are cute. She likes things that are cute.
So, shopping.
Shopping? Yeah, she liked it. Alright. Ribbon?
Your turn.
Dream?
Yuri liked that one.
Dang.
Rainbow.
Rainbow? Sayori liked that one. So I guess...
Romance? At the top?
You think, I think Yuri might like that one. I'm gonna go sugar. Alright.
Bouncy.
Bouncy? Okay, that worked.
Sing?
Sayori.
Dang.
Lipstick.
Lipstick? Okay, she liked that one. She doesn't wear lipstick though.
That's weird.
Chocolate.
Yuri looks a little sad.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate it is.
Sweet?
Nope.
Oh, come on.
Giggle? Kitty? Oh, kawaii. Pink? Think
Yeah.
pink. She does seem to take an interest in the manga.
Yeah,
So anime.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, she does. Boop. Yeah. Okay, that worked.
Waterfall. Or fun.
Or fantasy.
What about play?
Any of those.
Ah, she liked it. Sayori liked it. Yuri's really sad now. She already had that leg up before. Or I wouldn't choose anything food. I think that's Sayori. So
Smiles?
Smile. No, that was Sayori again.
Candy.
Candy.
Yeah.
There we go.
Doki Doki.
That was her, yeah. And lollipop.
Sure.
Yay! Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least kept my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming or of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst in literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join the club in any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you still have a big mouth for someone who keeps your manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki falls back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Koman always gives his best as long as he's having fun. Kind of. He helps me with busy work without even me asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Koman become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. How do you not really bring something for someone? Just left in my bag, so here you go.
Yep.
It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what do I do? Huh? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? Just like you. Accidentally cute. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. I just stabbed myself with a staple.
Ow.
Yeah, that hurt. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Yeah. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in her closet. I hear Natsuki's utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is going to mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into until you figure out where the other person stands. That's true in like Japanese cultures. With anime and manga, like even though it's at least a lot that I've seen in anime, so I don't know exactly how reliable it is. It's like, you read manga, you're disgusting.
That's
But
high
then-
school.
But then they're like, oh, I read manga too? Then you can just talk the fuck about it. It's a weird thing. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of these shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She turns to a box of manga and slips a volume right in the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. Now I wonder if that's a real thing. A manga called Parfait Girls? Are you gonna look it up? If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Conan. Consider this a lesson straight from Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in a colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. Don't just stand there. Huh? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Ah, somebody finally got out of the closet.
When's your turn?
Wow. Fucked up. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't the chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Oh, what's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms, scooshes an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished a series. Hey, are you paying attention? No, I would move on to the next series. And the next. And the next. There's a different...
It's not a real series.
It's not a real series? Oh. I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writer to be entertaining enough to make a lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. Do you think I would enjoy something that doesn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the cream shop. Ice cream shop, not just cream shop. That'd be weird. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they all get their backstories, when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There's so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Huh? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power? Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but there's a lot of baking in this manga. Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as she does want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get a baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Haha. Definitely not a coincidence. It's written all over her fucking face. I guess it explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Oh, sorry. Like I could ever get any of my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. I don't think we've seen this. This is what happens when you choose Natsuki. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monika's kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Aha. Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. Haha. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her fingers to one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish the chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast of her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express it in words, the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought of it makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on! Could your time be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book hand towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monika just said, don't be dumb, just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take you forever to finish it if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. Might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return where I put my stuff because I carefully slipped a book in my bag. By the way, did you remember write a poem last night? I literally walked in here and said I kept my promise. Fuck you want from me? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've really never done this before. Yeah. It's something weird. Well, now everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait! Sarah and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sarah is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika writes hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I did the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first?
The one we were just talking to.
Yeah.
Natsuki?
Yeah, sure.
I can never remember their names.
I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair I shared mine with her first. Okay, well let's start with things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. What's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. Ooh. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monika said. Well, I'd be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, well it's not great, let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki retorts, get caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it in the world like you're self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing style will be sophisticated stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. What is the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style doesn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set it for a rhyme at the end, but made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into this than I realized. That's what I meant. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. Decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next?
Monica.
Monica it is. Hi, Codeman. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just by going with the flow I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Aha, don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But that's sort of the barrier we're going to learn to get past here. Yeah, that's true. I had Monica my poem. I like it. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Aha. Oh jeez. No. It kind of makes me think something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer too, so take that as a compliment. Ah, if you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Is that a real person?
I think so.
That's where the sidewalk is.
Eh? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad, and sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying Natsuki's kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it'd be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Aha, now we have awkward laughing time. Ah ha ha ha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction spackle protrudes, unnosy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know, I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. That's the first thing. I'm sorry. Already scorched. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other? Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain is too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who next?
Sayori.
This is a good poem, Koman. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. That's why you impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's just like I said before, Koman. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying to do things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, we're gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, let's see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
Yes.
No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget, and I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Well, there's only one left.
She does not look happy.
Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. I haven't been through that myself. I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finishes her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them, building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. Why should we talk about other people like that? Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if the rare opportunity for him, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street life to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry for such terrible handwriting. It was a little hard to pick through, but not bad. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Mine was a little bit. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, good man. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences at their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought about that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember, it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Fuck. Once I'm done with this day, I'm gonna cut it, because it's a lot longer than I thought it was to get anything spoopy.
Part 2?
Huh?
Part 2 tomorrow?
I mean, I'll do part 2, but it won't be uploaded. Anyway, I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I had anticipated, as if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is the literature club, after all. I sighed. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Komen did too. So based on that, I'd gladly give some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Komen liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Komen appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Here we go.
They're just all jealous of each other and want you? Is that it?
No.
And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs eventually grew a size bigger as soon as Komen started showing up.
More God.
Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys.
These bitches.
Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Komen? just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it.
my
If she could
God.
get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have been a problem and this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Conman. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words for our language. It's the only way to it's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Conrad? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with will probably think more highly of me. So of course, that's going to be...
Wait, there's another one.
Help me, Sayori? That was there last time, too.
Was it?
Yeah. But I mean, if we're going for Natsuki now, we should probably agree
Yep.
with her.
Yeah.
Yuri, you're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that... I rack my brain and attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over, and Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Aha. Shows how much you know. That's not Natsuki. I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we've all learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori's nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Ah, Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri? Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Konman. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about... Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monika look away. Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori? I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope that's worthwhile for everyone, especially you, Konman. Don't do that. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing around we got a little too used to. So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we'll relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we'll do literature-related things in the club room. So maybe you could take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monika. About what? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. Oh, fuck, I don't know where that came from. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you'd be vice president, Sayori. Yee. In the end, though, Monika's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Has it? Everyone okay? Oh, okay, everyone. This is Lexi, I apologize. It's about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Come in, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends, too.
I said, oh great.
So your
The
poems
first
will
day
turn out
went
even
so
better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do at least a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nodded myself a newfound determination. Codeman, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. E. Is that how you do it? E. Sayori beams at me. It surely has been a while since Sayori and I had spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Yeah. You know, Codeman, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still has caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there?
Ew.
Time for a harem!
Ew.
Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori's internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Fuck. That went on way longer than it needed to. I'm gonna save it. Nothing spooky has happened yet. But I promise it gets better. But I really do need to get to bed.
So look out for part 2.
Not this month, though. What? This month? I guess since nothing spooky has happened, sure. That's fine. I saved it. Okay. I really need to grab my camera. I guess I'll see everybody tomorrow. Hopefully not kick any tables this time.